Hey, it's Tanner Shuck from TrueStrength.co. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to gain confidence so you stop being a whiny little bitch and start to become the person you truly want to be. You don't gain confidence by reading book after book. You don't gain confidence by attending self-help seminars. The only way to truly become more confident is to incorporate the advice I'm going to share with you in this video. Make sure to stick around to the end, because if you don't listen to my final piece of advice, nothing else I share in this video matters.
I work hard as in these YouTube videos, so please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really helps this channel.
Just a quick backstory on me. I was the best football player in the state of Oklahoma my senior year of high school. I was loaded with confidence when I arrived at Rice University on a full ride scholarship, only to have a terrible college football experience. Now, why was my experience terrible? The short answer, I lacked confidence. While there were certainly politics and other events as well, I was too afraid of screwing up and making the wrong decisions when I was playing. This only resulted in me playing the game not to make mistakes, instead of playing the game to make plays. And anyone that knows anything about D1 football, you can't play scared. I ended up benched by the coaches and then being the only fifth-year senior player being put on the scout team. I honestly feel my coaches had it out for me, and they did this as a way to embarrass me and destroy my confidence. And it worked, for at least a while. While my third and fourth year of college, I was at my lowest point in my life. I was sad, depressed, and all I wanted to do was get on the field and help contribute to my team. But I couldn't. I just sat the bench feeling powerless. Then one day, my former college teammate, James Casey, told me something that would change my life forever. Just to give a quick background on James. He was the most inspiring dude I've ever met, the hardest working and best player on our football team. He graduated with 3 degrees from Rice University in 3 years, and that's unheard of while playing college football. Then he went on to play in the NFL for 7 seasons, and now he's in his 4th season of coaching in the NFL. The bottom line, the dude was the most disciplined individual I ever met, and I looked up to him more than anyone. We ended up striking up a friendship and would often train together in my apartment garage. At this point, James was already making millions of dollars in the NFL, and I just asked him one day, "James, what can I do to be like you?" And he told me, quote, "Take 100% responsibility for your life and decide what you want out of life." Then he recommended I read The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, and he said, quote, "That book honestly changed my life." At first, I wanted to be skeptical, and I thought, could all my problems really be solved by reading a silly book? But because I had the utmost admiration for James, I took his word for it and read the book. Now, as I said before, you're not going to gain confidence or change your life just by reading a book. But the first 2 principles of the book, which I alluded to earlier, are the most important and literally did change my life. Principle number 1 is the most important principle of all, and that's to take 100% responsibility for your life. While at the time, I was just a 20-year-old kid who knew very little about life, that first chapter literally spelled it out for me and showed me that if I wanted to truly change my life for the better and become the person I wanted to be, then I must take 100% responsibility for my life. I had to quit blaming others for my problems. I quit blaming my coaches, I quit feeling sorry for myself, and I quit playing the victim card. And from that moment on, I knew that if I wanted to dig myself out of the hole I was in, only I could do it, no one else. In other words, I took complete control of my life and realized I must make life happen for me instead of letting life happen to me. So if you take anything away from this video today, I want it to be, stop being a bitch, let your balls drop, be a fucking man, and take 100% responsibility for your life. That alone will instill more confidence inside you than anything. Now, the second most important thing that book taught me was to decide what you want. This is arguably as important as the first principle. But if you want to get anywhere in your life, you must first decide where you want to go. Ironically enough, most people never even take the time to do that. I mean, have you ever sat down and asked yourself, what do I want out of life? If you haven't, you fucking need to. Once you decide what you want, and if you truly want it, you'll subconsciously start to work towards that. So what did that look like for me? To keep it short, I always wanted to play in the NFL. But once I realized that dream was out of reach, I did the next best thing and pursued CrossFit. I knew I wasn't cut out for a 9-to-5 job. And I figured, well, if I can't play football for a living, then I might as well work out for a living. And that's exactly what I did. I decided I was going to try to be the fittest man in the world. And that path has taken me to where I am today. Making that decision not only gave me a ton of confidence and self-belief, but it also gave me purpose. I didn't have a backup plan or a plan B. I had this singular goal and I went all in. And what happened when I went all in? Long story short, I moved to the Philippines to compete in CrossFit. And that ended up taking me to Dubai, where I got a better coaching position and allowed me to compete and win the world's second largest fitness competition, the Dubai Fitness Championship. Now, while things haven't worked out exactly as planned, as I've suffered many injuries, I'm still battling through those injuries, and I still have the same aspirations to be the fittest person I can be, and hopefully even compete again at a high level. But I could even argue that everything's worked out better. Since I was unable to compete from injuries, that allowed me more time to pursue other endeavors, such as building a social media following and starting this YouTube channel. Which is perfect, because it's allowed me to reach and help so many more people instead of solely being focused on being an elite athlete in a fringe sport like CrossFit. But I digress. The reason I'm telling you all this is because none of this would have ever happened had I not decided what I wanted out of my life around 12 years ago. So after you take 100% responsibility for your life, then decide what you want out of life. Then, once you take responsibility for your life and decide what you want, then you must gain self-respect and practice self-love. One of the most important things to do to build confidence is to start to respect yourself. After all, if you don't respect yourself, how can you expect anyone else to respect you? And what do I mean by self-respect? Work out, eat good foods, prioritize sleep, surround yourself with the right people, stop eating shit food and getting drunk every weekend. Also known as get fucking healthy, also known as love yourself. To be confident, you must like the person you see in the mirror. And I'm just being real. It's hard to respect yourself when the person who's staring back at you in the mirror is a fat sack of shit who hates his life, makes excuses, and blames everyone else for his problems. Let me put it like this. When you don't respect yourself, it's easy to skip your workout. It's easy to eat shit food. It's easy to hang out with your loser friends and get fucked up every Friday and Saturday. But what you end up doing is just spending every weekend trying to escape the life you currently have instead of working to build the life you truly want. And are you really doing yourself any favors by always taking the easy path and giving into your vices? Fuck no. So start to love yourself. Just remember this. If you love yourself, you'll respect yourself. And if you respect yourself, you'll take care of yourself. Now, moving on. But before we do, today's video is brought to you by Transparent Labs. Get the highest quality supplements at the most affordable price. No artificial sweeteners, no fillers, and only clinically dosed formulas. Use code TANNER and save. Number 4, set specific goals, but more importantly, develop the habits to achieve those goals. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. The only way to truly gain confidence is to work hard as fuck for a really long time. Discipline, consistency, and dedication instill confidence. Not just reading a fucking book or paying some self-help guru thousands of dollars to tell you to take cold showers and journal every morning. That's bullshit. One thing I found extremely helpful is to write down your goals and look at them every day. I have a list of my goals on my bathroom mirror and my refrigerator door. So no matter what, I can't go a day without seeing them, or at least subconsciously seeing them. But what's even more important than writing down your goals is developing the right habits to achieve your goals. For example, say your goal is to lose 30 pounds of body fat and gain 15 pounds of muscle in the next 6 months. In order to achieve that goal, you must develop the right habits of tracking your calories and adhering to a long-term caloric deficit. Make sure you're eating a minimum 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body weight most every day. Lifting weights a minimum 2 to 3 times a week. Walking 8 to 10,000 steps a day as much as possible. And getting at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep a night. So whatever your goal is, you must develop the right habits to achieve those goals. And guess what? Once you develop the right habits and start achieving your goals, your confidence only compounds, allowing you to attack bigger and better goals. Just remember, the results you seek will only be found in the work you are avoiding. So make fucking habits, because your daily habits will be the only way for you to reach those goals. And lastly, maybe you've heard the famous quote, knowledge is power when it's applied. Now, why do people say that? Because it's fucking true. The only way to truly gain confidence is to take action. Stop reading books. Stop listening to self-help coaches. Stop watching this YouTube video. And I'll end it with this.
Take 100% responsibility for your life. Then decide what you want. Then love yourself and respect yourself. All right? Set goals and the right habits. But most importantly, do the work. All right? Do the work every fucking day. That's how you gain true confidence.
Just one final piece of advice I want to share that served me well in my life. Every day I wake up and ask myself, what am I going to do to make myself better today? And every night before I go to sleep, I ask myself, what did I do today that my future self will thank you for? If you ask yourself these 2 questions every day, I truly believe you'll get to where you want to go. Well, that's all I got for you with this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to start building confidence today, start by taking better care of yourself and get a 7-day free trial to my Straight Up Strength program at truestrength.co or with the link in the description below. Also, me and my cameraman Jean work really hard at putting out the best quality content possible for you all for free. And if you enjoy our content and want to support us, please click on the Support Me link in the description below or take 2 seconds and click the Super Thanks button, and you can leave us a virtual tip. I promise, any and all proceeds from these tips only go into us creating more high quality content for you to enjoy for free, and it would honestly mean the world to us. Lastly, I've never made a video like this before, so make sure to check out whichever video YouTube recommends for you to watch next. And please leave a comment and let me know what topics you want to see me cover in the future. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss another video. And remember, don't just be strong, be truly strong. I'll see you guys in the next one.